I got Justine Skye in the studio. She is live in the D for our Who's Next concert tonight.
Yep.
And I just played this interview that she was in the studio with me about 5 or 6 years ago. And 17, 18, one of those. Like, I think...
Yeah, I was 17.
17 years old. How old are you now?
23.
Okay, so yeah, it was the right time. So a lot of things that we talked about is kind of like, I wonder how you feel about them today.
I don't even remember what
we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So back in the day, I had asked you who your celebrity crush was. Hold on, I'm going to play it. Let me play it.
No. Please don't play that.
All right.
I don't even know what I said.
I want you to hear it.
Delete it.
All right, listen.
No, I can't
Listen, Justine, you said this. I said, so who's your celebrity crush? She said, hold on, hold on.
Oh my God, I gotta go home. I gotta go home.
I said, who's your celebrity crush? She
I didn't say anything.
All right. A$AP Rocky.
Oh, that's
I know. And it's weird because I'm around him, and when he's like walking, I'm just like,
Now that you and A$AP are close, probably know each other since forever.
Oh my days. This is blackmail.
No, but you know what? That was 5, 6 years ago.
Oh,
that was your boo back in the day.
No, it was never.
I mean, your dream boo. You know, like I said, who was your celebrity crush? You said A$AP Rocky.
First of all, I don't even know who that was, so that was not me.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So now that you got this single out called Build a Man, which I love, absolutely love, by the way, because, you know, you got to tell, like, if I could, because the fellas always judging us. They always got something to say, how we wear our hair, what we wear, dress like, look like, makeup, breast implants, looks natural. So you got a song called Build. And you building the guy, if you could, you know, you make him a couple inches bigger, you make him finer. But back in the day, you know, I was like, what you looking for in a man? And you said, it was a little bit more simple. You know, your requirements was just a little bit more, you know, simple. I'm going to play them. I said, what you looking for in a man?
they just have to be they have to be independent as well. I mean, because I'm a very independent person. Like, for the first, year, I never allowed him to buy me anything.
Really?
First of all,
I
even
never allowed him to pay for anything.
Oh, I know what I'm talking
To
about.
just be, funny and to be there for me.
So your mom, look, and in the background, your mom was like, girl, and I also told you never to open your wallet. So how has your views, clearly the views have changed. So now, because that's not the same case, right? Like, what are you looking for in a man now?
Honestly, it's that, but I've added on to it. It's just like, I'm just looking for honesty, really, because that's just something that it seems like it's so simple. Yeah. But it's just the hardest thing to do, especially for guys. For guys to understand that, and communication, and just a real, not someone there to support you, because it's over the course of time, just realize that, and this is just with friends as well too. Like you think these people have your back, and then when things really hit the fan, you realize who's there for you and who's not.
Exactly.
And so, yeah.
And that's so. But you did say that. You said, I just want somebody to be there for me, and I was like, that's knowledge that a 17-year-old girl can say that, because you know you was kind of ahead of your time. Clearly, you're still on the same thing. But back then, you had a boo. And you're in a relationship now. You're still with Goldling, right?
Yeah.
You guys still going strong? Okay, cool. Because I mean, it could change. Some things could change. But it seems like you know what you want out of life, and with a man, especially.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because, I mean, you've been through some things now. So, we were talking back then. I was like, I asked the most random, everyday question back then. I said, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? And this is what you said. And it ain't far off. So, listen to what you said.
You will be seeing me at the Grammys in my gown, hopefully walking up to accept an award or being nominated. A couple of things. Yeah. Okay. Within #1 on the charts, and probably possibly working on my fourth album. So that's not too far-fetched. I mean, you still got to put your work in. Yeah. But and you were kind of new in the game at this point.
I was crazy new.
So I want to know some of the things that you've learned. Like, what would the Justine today say to the 17-year-old Justine? Because you had some big goals.
Yeah, and I still absolutely have big goals. Those are still part of my goals. I went to the Grammys for the first time this year.
Congratulations.
This year. And I wasn't nominated for anything. I went to support.
But that's still big. That's a big thing. So what would you tell yourself, 23-year-old Justine, what would you say to 17-year-old Justine? If you knew what you knew now, then.
Man, if I knew what I knew now, I still feel like I'm 17. But, you know what's crazy, though? I would just tell myself, I wouldn't tell myself anything different.
Okay.
Because I still have those same dreams and aspirations. And honestly, I feel like Build is the beginning of me truly understanding my sound.
Yeah.
And me as a musician.
And I was going to say that too, because it takes a while for people to actually grasp, not put you in a box or not compare you, and actually understand the artist that you are. Because when you came out, you were 17 with the purple hair.
I was just going.
Yeah.
I didn't care what I was doing.
Yeah.
I just went.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just want to sing.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, nah, I need it to be what I'm trying to say.
So has anything happened in your career where it's like boom, this hit me really hard and it just changed my whole perspective? It's to get to where you are right now. Because a lot of, you were young. I mean, you're still young, but you were super young, and now you're 23. It's like...
Honestly, the last year, 2 years of my life is when things, like, hit me the hardest, and it continued to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing that I keep reminding myself is that God doesn't put you through situations that you can't handle.
Yep.
And so that's something I had to constantly remind myself, in just being strong in my mental, being strong in what I believe in, and standing up for myself, and not just folding and saying yes because it's what everybody else wants for me. So I really had to, like, learn and dig deep within myself and ask myself what it is that I wanted to do.
Yeah. And
it just came down to, this is who I am. I'm a musician. I'm an entertainer. Whether it's music and music is my first love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm dabbling into, like, acting a little bit now, and that's super awesome as well too, because that's kind of like what I grew up doing. That's what I went to school for. And so I really just had to, and it took me like kind of taking everything apart to put it back together, and finding a dope group of people who believe in me musically, and not just like, I'm not just another job to them. Because that's what you get caught up in, that in this industry, and it just becomes like work and not like a passion.
And I know this is because when I ask this question, a lot of people say, "Oh, nothing happens by mistake. We have no regrets." But do you have regrets, that things that you would have changed in the industry? Because it's been about 5 or 6 years since the last time we talked about it. You've grown a lot. Do you have a regret? Do you have something like, damn, I would have did that. Like, I should have done that. Or girls listening, don't do this.
I mean, everything that has happened has led me to this point, and I don't think that I'm in a bad position. I honestly think I'm in a great position because, I mean, Build is like the first song that I feel like people are paying attention to me as an artist.
Yeah.
And I had to go through everything. Like, people always knew I could sing, but they didn't look at me as Justine Skye, the musician.
Right.
They just looked at me as Justine Skye, that cute girl that could sing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to go through these things. I had to learn, live, love, cry, scream, do all of this to be this person that I am now. And I'm still young, so I still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly fine with that.
Yeah. And then another thing, it got to be hard to, like, go through these things so publicly, and go through these things, like, with everybody watching, especially with your last situation with the Sheck West thing. And I saw that he was cleared on all his charges. So it's just like, to put that out there and then to have to go through these things so publicly, I couldn't do it. Like, I tell myself, like, I couldn't be a celebrity, because I'd be like, mind your business, cutting off all this shit. All of this shit will be cut off.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but it's also, that's not true. So, and I'm not about to sit there and argue with the internet and tell them that that's not true.
Yeah.
And it's just because the internet today thinks that they are the
undefeated,
the end all be all in the grand jury, but it's if you actually were logical and looked into it, if you actually spent the time looked into it, you would realize that that's not the case.
Yeah. And it's so hard, man. I'm always girl power, because, like, anytime something happens, I'm like, no, because I'm going with my ladies, because we always got to go the extra mile. Always got to go above and beyond to make sure that you believe a story when other people can just say something and it be law.
Well, you know what? I'm standing in my truth, and that article, whatever it is, I wasn't aware was even, like, coming out. Yeah. And there's still another case that's pending as well, too. People think that was the one incident, and there was multiple incidents.
Good.
I still have a restraining order. So that's the thing that people, wherever TMZ, whatever, all these blogs I picked it up, didn't fail to acknowledge.
They leave a lot of stuff out. That's why I don't believe everything. You can't believe everything you read or see on Instagram, social media, because it's always, even with this Jussie case, like, look at this. Now he's cleared of all his charges, and they went crazy with that.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, you just have to stand in your truth, and you can't let the things that people say online break you from that.
Exactly.
And all these people that don't even know you and don't really care about what's good or bad for you. They just want to have something to talk about for that day.
Exactly.
And
clickbait.
Clickbait, and just like people don't even read the full story. They just see the headline. So whatever it is in the headline, that's what they go with. And I can't waste my energy worrying about what these people are saying about me because of this headline. I know what I'm doing. I'm standing in my truth, and I'm handling this the legal way as much as I can, and the right way, what I feel is right. And honestly, this is not something that I want to define me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not even at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, I'm a musician, and that's my main focus. This is just something that happened in my real life.
Exactly.
And I'm addressing it and trying to get justice for it in the way that I can. But honestly, like, I'm done talking about this on socials. Like, I'm not arguing with people anymore.
Exactly.
Like, I said what I said because it was true.
And listen, damn it, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to move on, man. We on some positive stuff. We're here. Justine Skye's here, actually. She's going to be performing for our Who's next concert tonight. Matter of fact, you know, I hear the lyrics in Build, and we got this game called Bars, right? So we got this fun game that me and T do. It's called Bars. We get all the artists to come in here and play. You got to fill in the blanks with words that rhyme with Skye. Since you're here, Skye, you got to be on beat. You got to make sense, honey, and you cannot repeat a word.
Please.
So this is the example.
Oh no.
About to play bars with Justine Skye. When I ask a question, she better not lie. And then you gonna come in on the third line, okay? So you'll go in after that. We'll give you the line, and you just fill in the blank with that one word that rhymes with Skye.
Okay.
Don't be trying to freestyle.
Right. We don't need you to get cute. You already cute.
Don't worry about that.
Don't get extra cute.
I'm going to say my one word.
Yes, all right? Because people have made that mistake too. And they'll be like, yeah, because I'm going to...
And we be like, no, sorry.
It breaks. It's not Apollo. No. All right, you ready? We're going to do the first two. You come in on the third line. Okay. About to play bars with Justine Skye. When I ask a question, she better not lie. Says she wants some food. Yo, grab her a thigh. Oh, shit. Wait. Skye thigh. That does rhyme. We didn't even think of that. We were looking for fry.
Like a chicken thigh.
Okay,
What kind of
cool.
thigh?
Like a chicken thigh. All right, cool. We're going to start over because we're not going to stop no more.
We'll let you have that one.
We'll let you have it. Yeah. See, give her that one.
Y'all being nice. They ain't never this nice with people.
First of all, you get the leg or the thigh.
True.
Like.
It makes sense. We did. Naughty. It did. We said she had to make sense.
Wise.
All right. All right. We ain't gonna stop no more. If you wrong, you wrong. All right.
And that was not one of my words.
About to play bars with Justine Skye. When we ask a question, she better not lie. Says she wants some food, so go grab her a thigh. She got a sweet tooth, so give her some fries. Don't get it on your shirt, you gotta stay fly. She be looking cute with the purple hair tie. Sometimes she sing low, sometimes she sing high. She sounds so good, man, she make me wanna cry.
I just would like
She got bars.
She kinda got bars.
She got bars. Good job.
You did all right.
You know what though? No, you got about 80%. Thank you so much.
Good job.
What you say when I
She said
like
sweet tooth fries.
Hi.
No, ma'am.
But like when you dip the fry in the milkshake, so it's like...
No, ain't no.
Sister.
Thank you so much, Justine. Now,
what if it was a sweet potato fry?
Or you could have just...
Or you could have said pie.
Or you could have just said pie.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
pie would have worked. But because Skye pie.
What if I don't like pie?
We kept going.
Listen, she's going to be here tonight for the Who's Next concert, but you also have Ultraviolet out right now, right?
Yeah, I dropped Ultraviolet last year, January.
Yeah,
my single builds out now, and I'm getting ready to drop a new EP.
Yay! New music. We're ready for it. We're ready for this whole Justine sound, this look, this glow up, all of it. Because you saw 5 years from now, we want to look back on this interview.
I know hair, and I'm back with my natural hair too.
Yeah, you know purple no more.
No. We're done with the purple.
Okay, all right, cool. We gonna see 5 years. Okay, we're gonna set the date.
Yep.
What's this year?
It's 2019.
19.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
a minute.
24.
24.
2024. I'm gonna see you again.
Yes.
All right.